Hey, I'm Nick, and today I want to talk about something that might sound a bit rambly again, and I apologize if that's how it comes out, but today I want to focus on probably another big cornerstone of productivity and getting things done, and that is separating your impulses from what you actually want to do, and you can consider them your desires. You see, as humans, as people, we have, give or take, about three main desires, to be general about it. It's to seek to be entertained, eating, sleeping, and those things that don't require a lot of critical thinking. Now, your desires, on the other hand, are subjective to you, what we would call your goals. And if you want to be productive and achieve your goals, you have to let go of your impulses. Your impulses are not designed to help you in any way except to survive. In this day and age, the vast majority of people do not need to worry about surviving and listen to these impulses. And this ties in with what I keep on saying: to be productive is to control your mind. To control your mind is to do what you want to do and ignore what your brain is tricking you into doing, what it is giving you these impulses of what to do. Instead of me continuing to ramble about this, what is some actual ways to do this? And like I just said, to separate your impulses from your desires is to control your mind. And like I've also said, that's very difficult to do. What are some ways we can do that and to basically improve our discipline with avoiding the impulses? So the first thing I want to talk to you about is actually having a routine. Now, this doesn't have to be one that you follow super strictly, but you follow in terms of the order that you get things done. You see, it takes more energy to get on start on things you don't want to do, but it still takes energy to do stuff that you want to do. If that's confusing, think about it like this: if you have the option to do something you know you have to do to complete your goal, and the thing that you still need to do but is going to be more fun and easy to do, do the hard thing first. Spend the energy that you have now on the thing that's going to take the most energy, as if you do it the other way around, you'll have less energy for the more important and harder thing, admittedly. So when the easy thing does come around, it's okay to not have as much energy as you would otherwise, as it's easy to do anyways. So that's what I would do on choosing between the fun thing and the productive and useful thing. But what if both things are seemingly productive? Let's say you're at your desk working on something, trying to learn how to do something, and you notice that maybe your room or something needs to get cleaned quickly, and you have this impulse to want to clean, and you may accept it thinking that you're being productive. But this is almost the exact same as with the productive thing against the fun thing, except you've just got more excuses to do the easier thing. And like I said before, put your energy into the hard thing and do the easy thing later. Even though both tasks are productive, building a habit of choosing an easier task, more specifically choosing an easier thing to do while you're already doing something that's hard to do, if you build that habit, you are setting yourself up for failure and low work ethic. So that's on how you avoid things to stay working hard. But now, well, if you're already working hard, how do you stay focused? And that comes down to actually focusing on what you're doing, which sounds pretty self-explanatory, but I want to focus on being stationary as you do that. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you're focused on something and then you randomly get an idea, as silly as it may sound, to, oh, I need to go to the toilet, or I need to get a drink, which aren't bad things in themselves, but what they do is they take your thinking away and put your focus into getting that thing that you may think is more important, but it actually takes you away from, let's say, the zone that you were in, the concentration that you were in. It breaks that bubble. So how do you avoid not going to the toilet or not getting a drink? That sounds pretty difficult. And to be honest, there is no way to do that unless you don't actually need to do it in the first place. You see, when you're getting bored, you make up excuses to not be bored. That's your impulse to be entertained. You think of what could get you out of this situation, and you think, oh, leave this room, go to the toilet. To decide whether or not that is something that you honestly need to do is dictated by if that is something you actually need to do. To figure that out, do your best to not think about it. Now that sounds pretty hard. I just said it's so hard to focus and do exactly what you want to do without your brain interfering, but actually focus on what you're doing, as it's easier to focus on something rather than focus on not focusing on something, which is pretty confusing. But if you're focusing on something and that thought of getting up and getting a drink goes away and then it comes back, ignore it again, as that's a dead giveaway that it doesn't matter. If the thought is able to go away, then it isn't important. And this is the same phenomenon that happens at school. When you're bored at school, you think of excuses to leave that environment, and it may not even be to go on your phone outside of class or do something outside of class. It may just be to simply leave the class and get a drink or go to the toilet when you really don't need to. So overall, to separate these impulses from your desires and actually do the things that you want to do, you need to actually do it when you plan to do it. Push back these impulses and decide on the hard thing and the important thing first, and put that energy and make that a habit of trying hard on something and focusing on something, and push back these impulses that are designed to distract you and take you away and act as these mini losses that take down your discipline and take down your work ethic, and that build this habit of blindly following your impulses, which, like I said, your impulses aren't designed to make you successful, they're designed to make you survive, and you're already surviving, so there's no need to listen to them. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll throw up some more videos of the channel if you want to check them out. But until then, I'll see you later.